What's up, everybody? How's it going? Jersey here from, of course, WCR Nation and WCR Daily. And today I am with Mr. Alex himself, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who everybody knows. You notice every time we go somewhere, people know you. And I don't
Oh,
feel like you do
please,
like a
please.
ton of content, but
I have a ton of content.
people love you.
Videos. There's a lot of videos out there, but I do feel like the last few times we've traveled together, I am like yesterday's news, and you're the new. Hey, it's you. Hey, it's you.
When
I
I'm not
watched the
traveling
video.
with Steve-O.
Mm, yeah. Then it's
we
like,
always
who's?
we always
Hey,
like to do
Steve-O,
that,
who's your
actually.
big friend?
Yeah, people come up and they're like, "Hey, they'll like introduce or oh, Jersey, man, I watched the podcast, super great." And I'm like, "Oh, cool. Do you know my friend Steve-O?" And we just wait to see because usually they're like, "Oh yeah," but sometimes they're like, "Oh no, nice to meet you." That's
Mm,
how we do it back and forth. It's fun. It's fun.
a little like clout chasing.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, tell us a little about yourself if people don't know you. I know they see you, but like tell us like how you got started, who you are, like quick 30-second Alex window cleaning history.
Hi, I'm Alex. I am one of the partners at Window Cleaning Resource. I guess we started this in 2007, Chris and myself. It's grown from literally a garage to our warehouse here in Florida, New York, and we are expanding all the time. And our main mission is to get you, the everyday window cleaner, your supplies fast and affordable.
That was
Here we
good.
are.
That was almost like you have that written down like a plaque or something, like needle pointed in.
I talk a lot. I've been on camera for 15 years.
Yeah, right. Isn't it crazy? Have you ever watched the old stuff, by the way, and like
I
seen
can't.
yourself?
I
And
can't. I can't do it.
do you know you used to have a New Jersey accent? I don't
That's
know
what
what
it,
happened to it,
that
but you and
that's
Chris
what
like
it would seem like. Yes,
yeah,
that is. I did notice that. I'm
those
glad
like
that's gone.
original videos of you and Chris sound nothing like you guys do now.
I'm glad I've grown.
Yeah, you use guys. You had a lot of that. I don't know.
I'm
But
glad that's all gone.
yeah. But today we're talking all about firing customers. Somebody posted in the pro window cleaning group about it's okay to fire customers. And being that you've been in this so long and I've been in it so long, I'm betting that we've probably fired somebody over the years. Is that a fair assumption?
100%. There are some people that are toxic, whether it's just a little bit or a whole lot, that it shouldn't affect your personal life or your business dealings. That toxic,
Yeah.
negative behavior. You have to. It's tough, but you remove all emotion and cut the cancer out before it kills you.
Yeah. There's a guy that I won't mention because we don't talk about him. I did learn some things from this particular fellow. And one of the things was that your life is like a stream and it flows beautifully, right? There's a babble to it. It chatters as it goes. It's awesome. If a stick
Hopefully,
falls and a stick goes in there, all of a sudden it stops everything up the creek. The whole stream stops because of this one stick, and now everything's trying to get over that, and it's holding back water, and it's ruining all of it. That one stick. All you have to do is take that stick out, and you flow again, and that is life. That's business in general. There's some people who they just won't ever be happy, unfortunately, and nothing you can do can make it worth dealing with that particular person because you're putting in 90% of your effort with one person, and for zero return.
or any return is just going to be negative and,
Yeah.
and not needed. And it's hard to do and get over that hurdle and remove that stick, but it shouldn't be. It should be the
Yeah.
easiest decision in front of you.
The decision's easy. The conflict is the hard part. Tell me, like, the last time that you remember kind of cutting ties. How did you word it? Like, how do you pull the Band-Aid off gently?
Oh, I mean, honestly, in where we are today, it does not happen a lot. I have less and less customer interaction, but so I have just said to people that like I just don't see how this relationship is going to benefit either of us. I'm sorry. I think it's just totally better. We go our separate ways. No hard feelings. I
Yeah.
hope you find what you need somewhere else.
Yeah, that's exactly how I do it too. Is I'll just basically say gently, I'm like, I apologize, but I just don't think this is going to work out between us. I think you're looking for something a little bit different than what I'm offering, and
Yeah.
I don't want to, upset you in this situation. So let me give you the number of a company that I know does great work. Try them. And like you can let somebody down nice without being like, oh, you are a piece of garbage. You need to go.
Yeah.
Like you can,
Take your money elsewhere.
yeah,
It may feel good temporarily, like a lot of decisions can, or actions can feel really good at the moment, but you just have to think of like long-term ramifications, and just, is it necessary?
yeah. There's a bunch of stuff about making your company stronger versus just bigger. Everybody's trying to get bigger, but you don't have to be bigger. Just getting stronger is that taking those customers that unfortunately, like slow pays. There's customers who are
Slow pay.
taking months to pay, and it's like, for me, I always remember the biggest jobs. I had one of mine, which wasn't the biggest job at the time, but it was like 5 figures. They
Mhm.
literally, when I went to get paid, they always paid me the credit card twice a year. I'd get in, get my approval, my final approval, get a credit card done. Sucked for the fees, but that was it. I went into 1 year and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're doing a 90-day pay now." I'm like, "You're like a giant global company. Why are you taking 90 days to pay something you paid literally like, like something like that where,
Because they
it's
can.
like it's so much headaches. It's like it does I could
Yeah.
fill that space with a bunch of really nice, super appreciative cookie cutter houses and I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Cookie cutters, man, it's the way to go.
Heck yeah, everybody's looking for
Rinse and
mansions.
repeat. No, 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 no mansions. Mansions, you get a different clientele, not your average Joe,
Yep.
and you get not your average windows. You get not your average problems. You have builder problems. Um, Mansions are nice. Yeah, hey, look at this mansion. I do.
Fun to
You see
look
some
at.
cool stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, cookie cutter.
Yep. Yeah, what's crazy about that too is when you go into a cookie cutter, the people because they're money, they're like, this is a treat for them. They're like appreciative and they're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like they're the ones who tip you. They're the ones who just love you and get you and talk to you about everybody else. When you go into these really fancy ones, you're just the help. You're
Yeah,
you're you're just like the guy that walks their dog. Like they could care less. They'll find another one of you.
and they're not going to tell their rich friends about you.
No, no.
And they're not going to see your truck in the driveway because it's a quarter mile long. They're not going to see your equipment in the front yard. They're not going to see you on a ladder in the front yard. They're not going to see any of that shit.
Yep.
It's nice if they pay, and sometimes you might get someone who's just came from normal modest means, and they'll throw you $100 at the end on top of it. But it's few and far between. You usually would never even meet those people. They
Yeah.
have they have a buffer. They have a property manager that's like super common, just dealing with the property manager
Yeah.
who's just there at the house to see that the lawn is cut on time, that all the light bulbs are still on.
I had one of the largest kind of houses. It was one of those houses that had a house with it.
Sure.
And I was told when we went in there, we had to sign all these documents and then non-disclosures. And we found out who owned the house, and it was just some like CEO of an like local, like it wasn't worth all of it. But we got in there, and one of the things we had to sign to and acknowledge is that we would not talk in the property. And basically, we were to be seen, not heard.
Was this Chris's house?
Yeah, right. I just thought it was the greatest thing ever. Like, dude, the guy wasn't even there, and we could not talk in his house. Like, yeah.
That's
What's really
interesting.
hard though is that those are the jobs too, where it's like a big paycheck, and you're like, maybe because like we're all like the word I don't want to use, but we're all we do things for money. And the more money we have, the more willing we're to do things we don't want to do. And sometimes those big ones are really hard to cut the tie, even if they're awful.
Yeah, hard to say no to.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I mean, when we had All County, I have a few on hand that were like, they were just very, not temperamental, but extremely picky, and you couldn't just send anybody, not because they would do a bad job, but just because of like, oh, they're used to dealing with so and so, so and
yeah,
so's got to be there, even if so and so gets the job going, goes and does something else, comes back, and just make sure everything's wrapped up in a nice little. Even though there's plenty of other competent people that could do it, the,
nope.
the property manager or the owner, they like so and so.
I feel like they do that on purpose sometimes to just like remember that they
Flex,
control it. Yeah.
flex.
You work
Yeah.
for me, so I'm going to have you do this. Like, that's like people who, when you get to jobs, people have said that they're like, oh, we don't want you to use water fed on our job. Who
Tell me
who would go to
why.
their mechanic and be like, "Yeah, we don't like Snap-on tools. You're gonna have to use Craftsman." No one would do that, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it's very very weird. What are you
Yes.
gonna do?
By the way, Tim is here, and yes, it's the sketchy tattoo guy. That I'm pretty sure he's a two clip fan, so I wouldn't really listen to him. He's untrustworthy. Untrustworthy.
So what's the? And you probably told me this before. Um, what length would you find acceptable to use two clips?
0. Well, let me rephrase it. I've only gone up to 18.
Really?
I never use bigger stuff than that.
So then you're coming at this from a perspective if you don't know what you're talking about.
That's true. That's true. Over that certain one, but it's not the size of the channel, Alex. It's how you use it.
It's the wiggle of the rubber.
It's the That's right. That's right. That's not a t-shirt. I don't know what is.
No, this is a bumper sticker.
But cool, man. Well, I appreciate you hanging out. It is Friday, and we've officially. Oh, Steve-O's here saying two clips.
Oh, two
I'm gonna have to
clip, baby.
delete that one.
Steve, I think I'm on your side with this one clip crap. Can I curse here?
Hashtag one clip. If you're watching this, anywhere you're watching this, make sure to hashtag one clip. And I want to be right. I don't
Two
want
people will know what the hell you're talking about if you throw that hashtag out.
dude. It's surprisingly a hot topic. It's like soap wars, but 2023.
I've never opened Twitter and seen two clip hashtag two clip trending.
That's true. That's true.
I've seen some weird stuff trend, but not that. Not that.
Well, cool. Well, I appreciate it. If you guys need anything, please do let us know. Just so you know, too, we are doing a MLK Day 10% off sale all weekend long. Just to kind of say thank you to everybody who has stuck through this winter. If you still need something, definitely let us know. You know our number. Call me, text me direct. 862-312-2026. Either way, we're almost to spring. We got a couple weeks left, so everybody hang in there. We will be there.
Dude, it's like spring now. I was just outside with a t-shirt. Winter is not happening. There's no winter.
Well, spring there. If it feels like spring, what is it, like 43?
41.
I got it right. Well, either way, it's coming. It'll be short weather soon. Now it may be short sleeve weather, but short weather will be soon. So
Heck yeah. Cool. Let's do this again. Friday.
awesome. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.